Urlaub 2022, ein Traum. Es ist wie vor Corona. Kein Impfpass, kein Negativtest, einfach nur ein Reisepass und schon ist man im Land. Flugzeit 11 Stunden 20 geplant, von Frankfurt nach San José. In San José angekommen, eine Tour durch die Stadt, selbst geführt. Schaut selbst, habt ihr irgendwelche Tipps? Schreibt sie bitte unten in die Kommentare. Würde mich über ein Like und ein Abo freuen. Vielleicht gefällt es euch. Jetzt nochmal von vorn. Unser geplanter Flug mit der Lufthansa 518 von Frankfurt nach San José. 11 Stunden 20 waren geplant mit dem Airbus 340-300. Sofort ging's an die Speisekarte. Dann hieß es schlemmen, bis der Arzt kommt. So kann man dann mal 1-2 Stündchen überbrücken. Der Flug geht weiter. Filme schauen, lesen, essen, trinken, was auch immer. Ja, der Flug ist fast vorbei, nur noch 35 Kilometer, 6 Minuten, Landeanflug auf San José. Pustekuchen, erster Landeanflug missglückt wegen schlechtem Wetter. Zweiter Versuch. Auch missglückt, das hieß für uns alle ab nach Panama City. Ja, noch ein Stündchen Flug mehr nach Panama City, um aufzutanken und dann ging es auch wieder zurück. Endlich angekommen in San José, unsere erste Station, Hotel Colonial. Wir hatten es von Deutschland aus schon gebucht, sehr zentral, fußläufig alles zu erreichen. Erster Tag in Costa Rica, erster Tag in San José. So als Fazit können wir eigentlich sagen, ein Tag ist völlig ausreichend für San José. Wir haben die komplette Stadt oder das, was sehenswert war, zu Fuß abgeklappert. Mehr braucht es eigentlich nicht. Zurück im Hotel nach unserer Sightseeing-Tour zu Fuß erwartete uns Carlos, ein Freund von einer Kollegin, der uns ein bisschen von der Stadt und Umgebung gezeigt hat. Hier zum Beispiel im Pura Vida Garden Center. Sehr idyllisch zum Chillen, mitten in einer Gärtnerei. Ja, wir sind immer noch in dieser Gärtnerei. Man kann hier gut abhängen. Essen, trinken, einkaufen. Danach sind wir in ein Stadtviertel gefahren. Da gibt es eine Kneipe nach der anderen, Bars, Restaurants. Und hier wurden am Nachbartisch junge Leute akquiriert, um mir ein Geburtstagsständchen zu singen. Wunderbar, aber ins Recall kommt keiner von euch.
Gracias.
José.
María José. Narut. Juan Carlos. Tomás y Cristina. Hola. Nice to meet you.
Und abends gab es noch ein fettes Steak in einem argentinischen Restaurant gegenüber vom Hotel Colonial. Unser letztes Frühstück im Hotel Colonial, bevor es dann weiterging zur Autovermietung Europcar in San José. Ja, schaut euch die Autos genau an, Schrammen überall, man will alles Mögliche verkaufen. Besser ist, man hat Vollkasko ohne Eigenbeteiligung und ab geht die Luzi. Wir hatten sogar keinen Fahrzeugschein. Ist uns aber erst aufgefallen, als wir das Auto wieder abgaben. Bestellt hatte ich eigentlich einen Kleinwagen. Wir hatten dann das Angebot für minimalen Aufpreis einen SUV zu bekommen mit Vierrad, Allradgetriebe, was im Nachhinein ein guter Tausch war und hier überall durchkam. geht's auf Lava. Von 1992. Jetzt haben die auch ihr 30-jähriges. Unsere erste Hängebrücke im Misty Park. Mitten im Urwald in Costa Rica.
Costa is a cooperative, and we have 192 coffee farmers producing coffee in Ojancha, Nicoya, Santa Cruz. And this is the beginning of the coffee plants. The first is just the seeds, the big ones. Yep. And are introduced in the soil for 50 days. 50 days later, you get the new plants. 50 days.
Wow.
Takes a long time to germinate.
Germination.
Oof. 50 days. When the plant has 6 leaves, like this, 6 leaves, are ready for the bag. And we put 2 plants per bag.
Okay.
6 leaves.
Do you soak these seeds before to help them germinate?
Say,
Yeah.
see, that
Does it
one,
have a
the
top?
big size.
Yeah.
And this one has 3 months. 6 months. Ready for the hills. 6 months. The question is, why 2 plants per bag?
50% survival? Half die?
Sometime one die.
Yeah.
But why 2 plants if they are not friends and they are not male and female? But you must use 2 plants. Why 2 plants?
I don't know.
Sometimes one die, remember? Sometimes one die, but not all the time. The point is, if you use just one, you put the plant in the soil and the plant think, I am alone. Enjoy the life. And the plant relaxes. No hay problema. If you use 2 plants, they compete. They compete for the light, the nutrients, the water, and grow fast.
To grow stronger, or interesting.
Both these together, the coffee tree can produce for 25 years. That means a competition for 25 years. Remember, 6 months, ready for the hills, and 2 years later, 2 years, the first production, 2 years. And these are the new beans, and they will be ripe now. October, November, December, and January, 3 or 4 months. And in the first production, produce just 200 beans per plant. Just that, 200. When the plant has 5 years old like that, it produce 1 pound per plant. 6 years old is the same, 1 pound. But 7 years old, the coffee tree look like this. 2 meters, and that means less bean for you, less production. The best time production, 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yep. 7 years old, you put the plant like here, you put it here, and the new growth start again. The same plant. The coffee tree, remember, can produce for 25 years, and you can cut it 3 times every 7 years. Yeah. When the beans are red color, they are ready for pick. In Costa Rica, we use hand pick, and they use a basket like this, and you must pick just the red ones. Because if you pick the green ones, bad flavor, less quality, less money for you. Just the red ones. And the farmers, they pay by basket, not for hour. That means more fast, more money.
Would they deduct you if you pick the green ones?
See, we know here.
Yeah.
When you bring your coffee, you are the farmer. When you bring your coffee here, we check your quantity and quality.
Okay.
2% green one is okay,
Uh-huh.
doesn't problem. But 5% you lose money. You are the farmer. The question is, how much money I get for 1 basket? The picker. It's not too much.
How much?
12 kilos, 25 pounds.
Couple dollars.
Under $5. USD?
Less.
Less.
$2.
Oh my.
Really?
How long would it take to pick a basket?
If you want fast, 20 minutes.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
See.
But that's your crop. That's your time and your crop. Yeah.
$6 an hour.
Is it like at waist
That's
level? Do you have to bend?
Once a year, you know, you pick that tree
Well,
minutes. Yeah.
Both.
That's the hard bending is the hard part.
Both.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
if you want fast, $6 an hour.
Yeah.
The question is, which one is the best picker? The boys or the girls?
Oh, probably the women.
I think.
We're
But-
observant. We're
But
observant.
in the coffee plants, you can find spiders, snakes, bees, ants. But not poisonous, just scary. Who's the best picker?
Women.
What do you think?
Yes, women.
See?
Man.
Men are too lazy. No.
No, we're
We get distracted.
observant. We can see.
Why? Why? Do you know? What do they say? What do they...
Women's.
Yeah.
They are more details.
Yeah.
Small fingers. Sometimes colorblind in the guys too. Sometimes. But when you see the women's picker, for example, is just this one is red color and the women's pick just the red one,
Yeah.
one by one. But the men they make like this. They take the whole thing
Oh,
like this.
okay.
The green ones and the leaves, the stems. No, like 80% are women's the pickers. A lot of women's in the coffee plants.
What age do they usually start and finish?
Normally in the here or now in Guanacaste, the young people are in vacations, like 7 years old, old people. If you have a big family, you can get like 100 baskets per day. That means $200, 5 days a week, $1,000, 3 or 4 months. Close Christmas and you need more money. Is it?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
This is the coffee bean, and 50% is red skin. With the red skin, we produce compost, and we use California red worms. Produce the compost, and we reduce it like fertilizer. The coffee bean have a natural sugar. Remember the black honey? 10% is natural sugar. Remember the black honey?
Yeah.
We dry the beans with the sugar like this in the sun dry for 10 days. When the bean is dry and the beans absorb a little of sugar, and the flavor will be a little more sweet. 10% is sugar.
Okay.
And 10% is the husk or the shell. The coffee shells. With the coffee shells, we produce the heat. We use wood fire, coffee shells that's burned in the big oven, produce the heat and dry the first quality. First quality in dryer machine, second quality like this in sun dry. And this is the bean ready for us for export. Remember 12 kilos? At the end you get just 2 kilos. When it's roasted like this, 1.8 kilos.
Yeah.
All that moisture is gone.
Or pound, 25 pounds is like 4 pounds. Yep. And these are the whole process with the red skin, the coffee dry, green, roast, and ground. When it's exported, just green, not roast. And they roast in the different customers. Any question here? See, remember Costa Rica, we use Arabica coffees, original from Ethiopia. And Brazil use Robusta. Robusta Arabicos, just that in the world.
Okay.
But in Costa Rica, it's illegal Robustas.
Illegal.
See, it's like a low quality and it's not good for the soils. In the coffee plant, you need shade, because if you doesn't have shade, produce sunburn in the beans. And the farmer, they use cashews, oranges, avocados, banana, of course, to provide shade and produce for you. And the pickers, same people. The end of the coffee season, January, February, March is time for the oranges. A lot of plantation here. April, May, avocados. You know, in your coffee plants, you have coffee and oranges. Coffee, avocados. Coffee, bananas. It's good for your pockets and good for the soil.
How tall does a coffee plant, how tall do they usually keep it? Like 6 feet? Or
That is the maximum, like 2 meters. Non-production for you. And if you doesn't have shade, produce sunburn. If you have full shade, non-beans. It's a perfect balance between sun and shade. And that's it.
Yeah.
Any question more here?
No.
Process. Normally the pickers, they work 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. 6, 7 p.m. the trucks come here and they deposit the beans here. And here we check your quantity and quality. Remember the basket? Every one of these are 10 baskets. When this is full, we open down here and deposit the beans in this tank and the big tank. The selection number 1 is pick just the red ones, supposedly just the red ones. But you can see here some not too much green ones. Sí, unos poquitos.
Yeah.
And here is the selection number 2. And we use water. The water separates the good beans and the bad beans. Which ones float?
Green?
The green ones float. The green ones float and the bugs, the weevils. You know, the weevils is a little bug. And the weevils eat the beans and the beans float too. Yep. It's very simple. See? And after we transfer the coffee for that net. In this net we separate the water for the use, recycle the water. All the floats for that container, floats. And the good ones, the red color, the pulping machine. In this machine we separate the red skin, remember, for the compost, and the beans for the dryer machine. The first quality. In the dryer machine, 40 hours drying. And you heard the noise? And the beans drying for 40 hours. The first quality. Full wash coffee. And float in the sun dry for 10 days. Remember the float, the green ones, and the bugs. And when the bean is dry, and we separate the skin and the beans, and that coffee will be used for flavored coffee. If you add some sugar, chocolate, or vanilla flavor, change the flavor. Now you know when you try like chocolate coffee, behind it that float coffee. And the machine has 60 years old. Yeah. And in this place we made full wash coffee. This way. You can feel like fermentation.
Yes.
In the blue machine, the organic coffee. We make here full wash, organic. And it's the same, organic coffee in the sun dry, you can see. Right there. And we must move the beans every hour for 10 days. 10 days, day and day. See, and the black containers, we make the anaerobic coffee. Anaerobic, we put the beans there, the red ones, for 150 hours. That's produced fermentation without air. And after, the same process. And that coffee tastes like chocolate, fruits, nuts, citrus, and like whiskey wine. Anaerobic means fermentation without air, or coffee fermentation. And it's the same, the water is reduced, recycle the water is very, very simple. And you see the place, when the coffee is ready, just by gravity, very, very fast. And in this area, just one guy, one person. The other one in the dryer machines and the other guy is the driver. Just 3 persons.
3 people.
And in the coffee plant, 500 or 600 people. A lot of people.
Would this run later today, or is it too early in the season?
No, normally this process is in the night.
At nighttime. Yeah.
Now the pickers are working.
Oh yeah. So this starts 6 or 7 p.m. after dark. Yeah. And how late does it go? How long?
Oh, 11, 12. Normally we will process like 5,000 baskets per day.
5,000.
A lot of coffee. And the coffee farms are always in the hills. The most close from here means like 25 minutes from here. Santa Cruz, 2 hours. Big trucks. Yep, and that's it.
How soon after they pick the coffee does it need to be brought here? Every day?
Every day,
Yeah, that's
5 days.
Yeah.
And we need dry fast. The best process for dry is sun dry. But we need dry fast. That's the reason we use the dryest machine. So, and that's it. Yes, dry, no problem. We use wood fire. Just wait a moment.
Okay.
The shells.
Oh, they will be used to. Oh, yeah.
It was made in Costa Rica. Wood bending is from Germany. Aha! Yeah, good for you. And the dryers, the ovens from Germany, Hamburgo. And there the pulping machine, US. All the machines. And capacity of that machine, 20 kilos. If you like the dark roast, 17 minutes. If you like medium, 15. If you like light roast, 13 minutes. The question is which one has more caffeine?
Like,
The light roast.
oh really?
The light roast. But many people think the dark or espresso. But less time in the roaster, more caffeine.
How much difference between light and dark?
Oh man, when you try like dark roast, like just 25% caffeine.
Flavor, we need to know which one is which. Any question before we start?
Which one is which?
Remember, black honey, coffee with the jelly without red skin. Full wash without red skin and jelly. And natural process, with red skin and jelly on the seeds. Okay? Take the left one first. This is nutty because it's without all the different shells. Okay? Take the 2 spoons together because now we need to skim off everything on the top. Take up the
Zurück von der Kaffeetour im Hotel La Dolce Vita. Barkeeperin erwartet Schnee oder was auch immer sie blendet. Ich bin's nicht. Hat uns einen leckeren Cocktail gemixt. Und wir hatten dann noch einen schönen letzten Abend, bevor es weiterging, wieder mit dem Auto zurück nach San José, von Samara über die Krokodilbrücke und dann zurück. Hier gibt es noch ein paar Eindrücke, die wir gesammelt haben auf der Rückfahrt. Schnell waren wir ja nicht unterwegs. Die Fahrt hat circa 6 Stunden gedauert. Bei 20 bis 60 Stundenkilometer ist das kein Wunder. Hier eine kleine Pause mit Blick ins Tal. Dieses Gerät, das Navi, zeigt sogar die Polizeikontrollen. Ein Kaffeepäuschen bei Inga und Ingo, bevor es dann nach Hause ging. Mit dem Mietwagen erstmal an die Mietstation Europcar Auto abgeben und mit dem Shuttle zurück zum Flughafen. Klingt jetzt dekadent, aber der Flieger war voll und es hat nur noch für die Premium Economy gereicht.